What's up everybody, Venom here with a quick guide on Diablo 4. Let's get right into it. Now, we have been playing Season of the Malignant for a little while now, and Wrathful Hearts are known to be the most rare and powerful hearts to collect in the new season, but there is a way to farm them and get a 100% drop rate every time to at least get one Wrathful Heart. In this guide, we're going to discuss how to get Wrathful Hearts in rapid succession in just a couple of minutes through running one specific dungeon, and how to get the Invokers that can spawn a very powerful boss at regular Malignant tunnels that can also drop Wrathful Hearts for you as you progress later on. First and foremost, I'm going to prereq this guide with a spoiler alert because you will have to reach the end of the new campaign in order to complete this guide. That's the only way to do it. You have to reach the end of the latest seasonal campaign quests, so this will have some spoilers in it. If you have not completed it or you don't want any spoilers, do not watch this video. I would wait until you're close to the end so that you can utilize this farm. With that said, the first thing you're gonna have to do is get to the end of the seasonal quest line. The quest that you're looking for is called the Cold Hard Truth, and you're going to do it all the way up until the point where Cormond is going to ask you to enter the Velkova Church Undercroft. This is where you're going to come face to face with the legendary boss Varshan, the entire reason that the Malignant has started to spread the way that it has. Now, here is how the farm works. You are going to enter the dungeon with Cormond, get all the way to the end, which will have the room that Varshan is in. You will complete the ritual from start to finish with Cormond, summon Varshan, kill Varshan, collect his Malignant Heart, and then pick up the Wrathful Caged Heart that he drops behind, and then do not do anything. You can loot anything on the ground, you can loot all the stuff that comes from Varshan, including his Wrathful Heart. Do not turn in the quest to Cormond. You are going to teleport out of the dungeon and reset it using the map. You're going to hit the map button, go down to your quest log or journal inside of the map, and hit reset dungeon once you are outside of that Velkova Church Undercroft dungeon. You will then enter the dungeon and do it all over again, and again, and again. Every time you kill Varshan, he drops a Wrathful Heart. And the Wrathful Heart might be the same sometimes, but it does have the chance to drop a completely different heart every single time you run the Velkova Church Undercroft. That means you can build up a plethora of these Wrathful Hearts by just running this very quick and pretty easy dungeon over and over again. It is also worth noting that every single time you kill Varshan, he will drop an Invoker of Varshan for you to collect as well. These Invokers of Varshan are usable on those doors inside of regular Malignant tunnels, and you can only open those once you have completed the campaign for Season 1. So, you either have to have a friend that's already completed it, or you need to have a character that has already completed it in order to utilize these Invokers of Varshan. If you complete the storyline on this character, you can no longer farm these Wrathful Hearts with a 100% drop rate. But this is actually where it gets kind of interesting and pretty cool. My main character, who is my druid class right now, I have her on the last quest of the storyline. So I have her all the way up to the Cold Hard Truth, and she can run that dungeon over and over and over and collect Wrathful Hearts. I can put them in my stash, and I can give them to my other characters since Wrathful Hearts are account bound. It is also worth noting that the Invokers of Varshan are also account bound. That means that if you have another character that has already completed the story quest and you just want to start over with the campaign to get to this point and be able to have a character to run these Wrathful dungeons over and over and over, then you can. You can also join a friend who has not finished this quest line and is still on the Cold Hard Truth quest inside of the dungeon where Varshan is located by waiting for them to enter the dungeon and then teleporting directly to them from a major city. One of the interesting things about this farm is that it's basically never ending. You can consistently get these Invokers of Varshan to use on either other characters or with a friend that's already completed the story quest as much as you want, since you can run this dungeon as much as you want, as long as you don't turn in the final quest to Cormond. Not only that, you can feed your lower level characters these Wrathful Hearts. You are not guaranteed Wrathful Hearts throughout the entire dungeon. You are only guaranteed a Wrathful Heart from Varshan after he has been defeated. But even still, in about an hour, I got 10 or 11 of these Wrathful Hearts. And that's because I was running relatively slowly because I wanted to get all the information I could for my guide. So it wasn't speed running by any means whatsoever. But I got almost 10 of these in an hour of running this dungeon over and then teleporting out and doing it again. Another thing worth noting is a recipe can drop from the Varshan ghosts that you're going to spawn with the Invokers of Varshan once you do either find a friend that can open the door inside of these other malignant tunnels, or you just choose to end the quest line and start doing it yourself. The Invokers of Varshan are used to create these foul Invokers of Varshan, and these Invokers are more powerful than the regular Invokers of Varshan that you will collect from him inside of that church Undercroft. These ones are more powerful and can be used inside of regular malignant tunnels, and since you are going to be stockpiling these Invokers of Varshan, you will be able to stockpile these foul Invokers of Varshan whenever you get the opportunity to earn the recipe. Again, the recipe can be found inside of the regular malignant tunnels behind the sealed door that is only openable by somebody who has completed Season 1's story questline. And that's going to do it for this guide. I know it wasn't extremely thorough, but I do think that it gets the point across. You can easily feed your characters Wrathful Hearts and these Invokers of Varshan to be able to use on their own. If you've completed the story questline on another character and you made another one to get to this point to be able to feed other characters these Wrathful Hearts. Another thing worth noting is that these Wrathful Hearts will scale with the tier level. So if you're tier 1, then you're going to get the tier 1 level Wrathful Hearts from this Undercroft that Varshan spawns in. If you go to tier 2, you get more powerful Wrathful Hearts. Tier 3, you get even more powerful Wrathful Hearts. And I haven't gotten to tier 4 yet, I'm working on it, but it does scale. So these Wrathful Hearts will get more and more powerful as you get into the higher tiers of Diablo 4. With that said, as always, if you like the video, then like the video. And if you like my content in general, then please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!